What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Living Survival. Today we are going to unbox together 3 of the brand new designs from Kershaw. Some really nice stuff here, so let's go ahead and take a look. The first one is actually an empty box. This is the Kershaw Natrix 7007 Black. This is the upgraded Natrix knife. Upgrades being that it now has the KVT ball bearing system in it, which stands for Kershaw Velocity Technologies. They actually took that technology from the ZT line. Of course, ZT and Kershaw are the same company, but those KVT ball bearings allow you that super smooth opening. It's a manual opening, it's not assisted. So how they do that is they have a detent, and then basically you're pressing against the detent with the flipper until it springs out. Unlike some other knives where you got to give it some wrist action to get it to flip out if it's not assisted, the ball bearing system in the ZTs and now in some of the Kershaws is beautiful. So it just zips out on the ZTs. Here's another ZT here. You can see with minimal effort it zips out, and again, it's not assisted like some of their knives having the speed safe technology. Kershaw has a bunch of knives like this Link here. You can see that just flies out, but it is assisted. So the difference is when you're going to put the knife back in, you can see that you're working against the spring there. So you got to get it past the spring, and that's what it allows it to fly out. So many of the Kershaw models have that speed safe opening there, assisted opening, but not any longer on the Natrix. It's got that nice manual opening, and it's a very nice knife. I actually unboxed this one a while ago. I've been using it. This is actually the knife that's in my current EDC rotation. You've got a 3.25 inch blade, 7.5 inches overall, and it's very lightweight. It comes in at 2.9 ounces. Very nice knife. 8CR13 MOV on the blade steel with the black oxide coating. It is made in China. You've got these beautiful blacked out G10 scales. It's got their sub frame lock, which is what they call it on this one. Deep carry pocket clip. You can see I've added a lanyard here with a schmuckatelli bead with this small pocket clip here, and since it's such deep carry, you know, it can assist in getting the knife out quicker. I like to just hang that outside my pocket, and then I can just quickly grab the knife. But if you wanted to go, you know, completely covert, you can see that's about as deep carry as it gets there. So again, beautiful G10. On the other side here, you can see the oversized pivot, which is nice. It does have a reversible pocket clip, tip up only. Got a nice back spacer in there on the blade itself. A little bit of jimping on the thumb ramp there, but completely smooth on the bottom of the knife. Good purchase on the knife. You can see here four finger hold there. So beautiful knife. Probably one of my favorites from Kershaw all time, especially with that the KVT pivot system there. So that's the brand new Natrix Black. Now if you're looking to pick this knife up, make sure that it specifies that it has the KVT ball bearings, because the older version of this had the speed safe. And again, I just think that the manual flipper is just so much nicer, so much smoother. You can pick this knife up for right around $30 to $40, so very affordable, as well as you're going to see with the rest of the knives here. Alright, let's take a look at the Flythrough. Now I haven't actually opened the Flythrough or the Fringe, so we're going to do these two together. Let's go ahead and get into the box here. Now I did take note of the specs, so I will be able to tell you the specs, and I'll be able to tell you my overall impressions of the knife. Very nice design. It's an R.J. Martin design, so you've got a designer name behind this one. Deep carry pocket clip as well, although a little bit longer than the pocket clip on the Natrix. So a little bit longer pocket clip there for those that like you know, maybe a little more security in the pocket here. Come on, camera, focus. A little bit more security there in the pocket. So very, very nice frame lock. You got this blacked out design, and then the main thing with this knife is that you've got the see-through pivot. So you've actually got the see-through pivot, and when the knife is deployed, you can actually see the back of the tang there, which is cool. So blacked out design. You've got that black oxide coating on this one as well. Reversible pocket clip, tip up only. It is 8CR 13 MOV. You can see there RJ Martin design. This one has a 3-inch blade with a 6.9-inch overall length and 3.7 ounces on this one, so a little bit heavier than the Natrix. Very, very cool design though. You've got this scalloped out jimped section up top here for your thumb. Doesn't have quite as large of a handle as the Natrix, so maybe better for somebody with a little smaller hands. The Natrix works really, really well in my hand. I can get, you know, all 4 fingers on there. You can see there that you're losing just a little bit off the end there on the fly-through. Very, very cool design. Smooth bottom again with that frame lock. The only jimping being up here on the top, and this one also supports or rocks the KVT ball bearing. So it's awesome to see Kershaw coming out with some affordable knives. This one's again $40. Some affordable knives with ball bearings in them, and again you have no assist there, so it's simply just going to fall right back in without having to fight against a spring. And of course you can loosen these up or tighten them down as much as you want, and to do so on this particular knife there is a STP tool, I believe is what it is, STP tool, which was designed just to adjust the tension on the pivot of the fly-through, and I believe one of the ZT models as well. So you basically got this tool here, and you can use this tool to adjust the pivot here. So it is magnetic, which is cool. It sticks to it. So if we wanted to loosen the tension a little bit, and then when we set the knife back down, you can see it's a little bit looser there. So you can have it as loose or as tight as you want it. Very, very solid lockup even with loosening that pivot. There is no play left or right, is no play up and down. Same with the Natrix. Once it's deployed, there is absolutely no play. So again, very, very nice. We forgot to look at the centering here on the Natrix. The centering is perfect. Let's take a look at the fly-through centering here. You can see that it is perfect as well. See if I can get that to focus a little bit better. Dead center there with the centering. So another cool knife from Kershaw coming in, again, under 50 bucks at $40. All right, and the last one we're going to take a look at here is the Fringe. Go ahead and get that out of the box. Now this is a speed safe, so this one does not have the ball bearing system. This one is going to be speed safe flipper. So again, when you go to stow the knife back in, you're working against that spring there. So back to Kershaw's original assisted opening, which is also very cool. I mean, they do assisted opening really well. This one comes in a little bit cheaper at $30. And very, very nice overall. You've got this carbon fiber inset or inlay. It is not pasted on the outside. It actually is inlaid in the metal there. Not quite as heavy as the fly-through, coming in at 3.5 ounces. You've got a 3-inch blade with a 7-inch overall deep carry pocket clip as well on this one. So that's nice that you have the deep carry pocket clip option on all 3 of these knives. Now this one is tipped down and it is not reversible. You do have a lanyard hole on this one. Frame lock as well with thumb stud or flipper opening, whereas the other 2 are simply flipper opening only on those manuals. And again, that carbon fiber looks really, really cool. Probably cooler in person than it does on camera. I can't quite get it to reflect the, well, there you go. Very, very cool carbon fiber for sure. And then again, like I said, titanium coated blade there. 8CR13 MOV, again made in China, just like the rest of them. All three of these knives came super duper sharp. So that is very, very nice as well. So if you want something that looks a little bit more elegant, maybe with that carbon fiber and the gray look to it, the Fringe may be for you. Certainly fires out just like all the other Speed Safe. A little bit of thicker jimping there on the top, and this one you actually do have a little bit of jimping to assist with that frame lock, opening back up that frame lock there. So very, very cool offerings from Kershaw this year, especially with the addition of the ball bearing system on the Flythrough and on the Natrix. My favorite is definitely the Natrix. If I wanted to carry something a little bit smaller, I'd go with this Flythrough. And then after you've played around with the ball bearing knives, it's hard to go back to a Speed Safe. Just like when you're playing around with the ZTs and you've got that ball bearing system in there, it's hard to go back to a Speed Safe Kershaw knife. So cool as heck that you can get the Natrix or the Flythrough for under $50. So I'm going to leave links below to all three of these knives. So I want to hear what your favorite knife is out of all three of these. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Make sure you thumb up the video. If you haven't already done so, please click that subscribe button and that notification bell for new videos.